This lesson is for beginners who are looking to get creative around the kit and improvise and kind of come up with your own fills that aren't just, all right, you can very easily do a lot better than that. So here's how it goes. It's pretty simple. It's just going to be all 16th notes. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So your normal count would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So we're going to learn some more creative ways to use that very simple sticking pattern instead of just going. So what you can do is just move that around the kit and start slow as you need to. I generally use the snare drum as a bass and accent the toms. So you can double like I just did. That's a common one I do. So here's that one. It's 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. And once you get it going fast, it'll sound like this. And then you just move it around. So from there's a couple other things that you can do to start to spice it up a little bit to make it a little better. So normally you're going to want to stick more to 2-beat fills instead of 4-beat fills like that. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. It's going to be a 2-beat fill. So another thing that I like to do, you can accent, instead of accenting the toms, this would be accenting the toms, would be like. You can also accent the snare drum. Here's a simple one. I do it more on the deeper drums. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. I'm going to do a 4-beat of it. Normally I wouldn't do it. That's a little too repetitive for this, but you can do it on the high toms too, which I'll show you. It's 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Highlight the snare. All that is 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. Do it on here too. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. So that's another thing you can experiment with is more highlighting the snare. But this is a good way to just incorporate the toms into a fill without just going. You can try different things. It's a good start. It's a good base to start with. Then you got your kind of stutter step. You're still incorporating all 4, but by using the hi-hat, you're getting away from a drum, so it sounds like there's a little rest in there. It sounds like there's a little 16th note rest in there. So I'll show you what that sounds like. First, using a fill that I already have a lesson on this fill, but it'll give you a good example of how it doesn't have to sound like that. So it goes like this. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. then when I play it fast, you'll hear that little, I call this a stutter step fill. You'll hear that little skip. Ready? Because of the hi-hat. So now you can just incorporate that. And when you put it in different spots, it gives you that little stutter in different places, obviously. Experiment with that around the keyboard. So that's a good start to those type of fills. Another way that you could play that, so you got the tom accent one I showed, the snare accent one I showed, either way, same thing. The little skip. There. Then you can incorporate the hi-hat bark into it as well. If you use your kick and open and close your hat at the same time. You can change it up a little bit while still playing 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and is to incorporate the hi-hats and the snare into the fill. And then we'll open that up a little bit from there. So if you're just playing. So you can incorporate 1 E and a 2 and a 3 any way you want. Incorporating the toms, now you're starting to really get somewhere, right? So now you're starting to really get somewhere. So incorporate the tom. Start to incorporate everything. Another way to do this, where you're on the hats, is you can play the hi-hat part more on the top. Something like that. Very similar. First and foremost, keep it simple. Just start with the 4. Now, I put a little sauce on it and go a little ahead of the beat, a little behind the beat, or accent things a little bit because I'm used to playing it. And then you can start to do that when you're comfortable. Start out with just very basic 1 E and a 2 E and a. On each drum too. You know, Doesn't have to be one stroke on each drum. So, just start with the basics. Move up from there. Hope that helps.